Hello, and welcome to a Did Y'all See special report. So now we just learned about this information last night, and we have to talk about it. There was this guy, Charles Kinsey, in Miami, and I guess he's some type of attendant or... Okay, thank you. A behavior therapist for an autistic man. And the autistic man got away from him. At one point he had a truck, and someone thought it was a gun, and they called the police. So the police are after this person with a gun, and they see Charles, who is trying to find his patient. And I guess they figured Charles was the perpetrator, I guess, because he has darker skin. Charles is like, okay, you know what? The police has been acting a fool lately. Let me just protect myself the best way I know how. He lays down flat on his back with his arms straight up. And you can clearly, now Charles is a big dude, so you can clearly see his arms are straight up, and he's on his back. Now, Charles doesn't have any extra limbs, but the Miami police still came and shot him anyway. Yes. And what took me out is that when Charles asked the police officer, why did you shoot me? Yes. He said, I don't know. Now, the silver lining in this story is that Charles has survived, he's able to tell his story, and he's expected to make a full recovery, yes, which is a blessing. I just think what's so profound about this story is that so many times the victims are left speechless. You know what yes. I'm saying? We don't know any side of the story. The police account becomes true. Yes. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he was able to say exactly what happened, the fact that there's video to corroborate his story, it's just incredible. And I'm like, people need to really look at this. Take this seriously. This man said he shot him for no reason.
Exactly. I don't know.
It's crazy. Yeah. So you're just scared. You need to go to church. Because you should not
and don't be on the force. That scares you? A man laying on his back scares you? And you know, I'm just tired of waking up to these stories, as I'm sure everyone is. You know, and you just are bracing, like, what's going to be the outcome?
Exactly.
You know,
scared to scroll.
Yeah, girl, that's it. And but you know, I thought somebody made a good point. They're like not taking anything away from Miami PD, but also what's up with these people calling the cops about things that are not, you know, what they are. A toy truck is a gun now. You know, and I can't tell what the race is of the autistic kid.
I can't either.
Because I'm very curious if that plays into, you know, why you thought that was a gun or something. And so just this paranoia. But yeah, the fact that you assume it's the black man who's trying to, you know, help his patient is the perpetrator. And then even as he's laying on the ground trying to get his patient to lay on the ground because, you know, he wasn't able.
Him down,
yeah, because they told both of them they had to do that and he didn't. You know, and he wasn't shot, but the man on the ground, and not that he should be. Obviously.
Right.
But, you know, it's just, what are we doing here?
Not to sound like a black conspiracy theorist, but there ain't nobody calling. No one is calling. I feel like these are just people who are bored and they're just doing their regular rounds and patrol, and police officers do have to meet a particular quota. We are reaching the end of the month, and I don't know what has to happen to Florida because there's just a lot going on. I mean, there's been a lot going on, but I just think in Florida in particular, I find it very interesting when it's black men being shot, you know, it's always all these questions or whatever, or when it's another type of shooting, it's no questions, and I really think the legislation there has to figure out what you're gonna do with this stand your ground law, especially because you can't say that we should do away with it, and then tomorrow, like, but we need it for people who we're, you know, afraid of, and especially with all the fear that the media keeps perpetuating with black people.
And I mean, I think we also have to talk about all these explanations that come up, you know, of like it's white cops and communities of color, and they don't know. Miami PD, I know they got some black cops, some cops of color there. You know, they should be very familiar. You know, Cleveland, I was just watching like Tamir Rice's mom, you know, talking about the election and stuff. Cleveland, black people. You know, so it's not even just the communities of color. Like, it's just flat out racism and fear, or pretend fear, you know, so that you can do what you want to do, you know, regardless. So I don't know, you know, what there needs to be like a racism test, or, you know, something has to happen, because it's not even just going to be training at this point. If your mind has already told you black people are a threat in any circumstance, you're still going to keep shooting people, you know, no
because
matter
you fear
what.
For your life.
Yep, exactly.
And I think that speaks to a huge part of it is that these police academies, institutions, or whatever, they keep telling people, they keep sending the message that this community is dangerous, this community is dangerous, these people who look like this are dangerous, these people who look like this are dangerous. And you know, I just was listening to a Malcolm X quote recently, and it was like, it's crazy that there are more police presence in our neighborhoods, but then they want to say the crime in our neighborhoods is still high.
Exactly.
So which one is it? Are y'all there to eliminate crime or
Because that
not?
means you're not doing your job.
You're there to meet your numbers. It's not about eliminating crime.
Exactly. And I just thought, you know, I went in the train station yesterday, and there was a shrine like to the slain officers, you know, in Dallas, and it was just interesting to see. I mean, obviously that's one of your own or whatever, because it still is very much us and them kind of thing. But it's like, even if officers thought to have a little compassion, where is something to the victims, to these people that are dying? Like, they're not doing anything to try to bring the community together either. So stop with this, you know, it's always black people, we're putting out this rhetoric and stuff like that because we're tired of dying. Like, that's why we're doing it. But you need to come on your side also and try to do something to build trust in the community. Because we're never going to change. But they don't care because there's no consequence. So, you know, I don't know.
So let us know what you think about this most recent incident of police brutality. How can we move forward from all of this?
Hey y'all, thank you for watching and supporting us every single week. For more Did Y'all See, click here. For celebrity interviews, here. And for our comedic series Relationship Hacks, click here. And as always, be sure to subscribe.